I find that if I have too much choice, it becomes like a Netflix disease in that I have so much to do, I don't end up doing
A
anything.
Netflix disease.
Netflix disease, which basically it's you have all this choice, and because you've got too much choice, you don't do anything.
Yeah. It's true. It is. Or you've gone, seen it, like I do.
Mine's just like, look at all these things in my list that I want to watch. Now let's see what else I can add to my list. It's just a list of things that I want to watch but never will.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, we should start.
We should do, yeah.
We
Time's ticking
should.
on.
So maybe we should just leave all of that ramble in. Just start the entrance, the entrance. Just play the entrance music and then that ramble about nothing in particular.
Maybe I'll decide when we put it together.
Yeah.
So let's start with hello and welcome.
Yay! So episode 14, not
14.
So 14, fake 15, I suppose. So almost kind of important. If you've been following the news, which you probably have because you're listening to a gaming podcast,
It's been slow.
Really slow. Really, I don't remember like March ever really being a slow month, but I guess it is. Or this one certainly has been pretty bad.
Considering the Switch came out this month as well.
I mean, you'd think there'd be a lot. Well, we spoke about that for about 4 weeks, and now it's all just kind of the hubbub about it is kind of just dying down. So,
And neither of us got one.
No one bought one. I mean, a lot of people. I read a lot online, and sort of people in America are like, "Oh, I had to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and queued for an hour, and finally
they seem
finally got
They seem to
Switch."
have stock level problems over in America.
Yeah, I can walk into Tesco and just pick one up from the shelf.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I saw one in Asda the other day.
Yeah, there's 3 in the Asda where I live. Just no one wants it.
But to be fair, it's been selling pretty well. We'll get into that later, but
Yeah. So I guess like first of all, we have Mass Effect. Mass Effect came out. When did it come out? Thursday? Friday? Thursday?
Thursday for us, Tuesday for America.
Yeah, so Mass Effect came out Thursday. It's I'm going to say come out with controversy, shall we say? But then it's a big game, a big RPG with a big team and a big story, and it's kind of expected that it would have a few bugs. I mean, Bethesda games are typically kind of buggy, and they never really
worse,
get around to
and usually worse.
Yeah, BioWare's, it's got a few things wrong with it, shall we say? So the main arguments seem to be like the animation's a bit janky and the frame rate's pretty crap.
To be honest, I'm not been having much of an issue with frame rate. See, my home PC, I'm running a 7700K, and I'm still running my 980. And I'm running in mostly high graphics in 1080p, and I'm getting a pretty solid 60. Every now and again it drops down to like 55 in like really odd areas as well. And then when I'm playing it on my dinner break at work, I'm running an old AMD CPU. I can't remember which one it is, and I'm running a 970. And again, I'm running about 60 frames, but my graphic settings are like medium. But it's running pretty fine on what I'm playing it on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing it on the PS4, and there's been a couple of times where the frame rate does drop. It'll drop to sort of about 15-20 frames, and it'll be one of these sort of slideshows. But I guess it's just because you're in one area and it's trying to preload the next.
Yeah. Also, you're did you say you had it on Xbox?
No, PS4.
PS4. the thing is, you're running at 30 frames per second as well, so I think you're locked at that.
Yeah, but I don't care. I've got no, I barely see the difference most of the time. And this,
to be fair, you only kind of see those notable differences when you stack them side by side.
Mm.
I mean, I can tell when somebody's running around 30, but I don't think it's bad. It's just sometimes it can be a bit janky at times.
Yeah, I mean, this, for the most part, it plays really well. There's these kind of odd times when the frame rate dips a bit, but it usually sorts itself out fairly quick, and I don't care. I mean, the game's still really good.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate it for, being quite a technical achievement, but people have been saying, that it's half finished and they should never release it in the state it's in. And
it's bullshit like this.
yeah, there's one there was one article that was saying that there's a transgender character.
I don't know. I haven't met one yet.
No, in well, I say there's one transgender character. I don't think the Asaris have a male. They're all just kind of weird blue females, I think.
That's true. I don't think I've ever met a male version.
I don't think there are male Asari.
Probably not.
Or is there? Was there one in the third one? I don't know. But yeah, there's one character who they're on the station, and if you talk to them enough, I think they say, "Oh, I came here because I wanted to get away from my past life. I used to be a lab technician called Steve." She's obviously a woman. And they're just like, they handled it so badly, and this is not a game that wanted to be equal and all these sorts of things. And I was like, hang on a second. This person has let you into like one of the biggest secrets almost of their life. Transgender people don't wear a t-shirt saying, "Ask me about my religion," or carry a big rainbow flag wherever they go. 90% of the time, they don't want you to know that they are transgender, or that they might have been born into a different gendered body than the one they currently show they have. So I
really think that's how it used to be. Now a lot of people, want to make you know that they are this or whatever they.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just going off from I would just go off what happens on YouTube. Everyone seems to get all up in arms on this kind of debate, and at the end of the day, who really gives a fuck what you associate yourself as? Yeah,
I mean, it's absolute nonsense, and it's the sort of thing where you watch it and you sort of read it, and I was like, Jesus, what was it? Just a slow news day? Well, it must have been, because it was bad.
I'm just sick and tired of hearing these kind of topics, because it's always completely gone out of proportion, blown out of proportion, and this person's butthurt, and then if you mention something, like if you a lot of YouTubers, if they say something or someone says something on a podcast, then you get told that you're evil, you're terrible, you're worse than fucking Hitler and all this. It's just like, calm the fuck down, grow up, and just if you want to have an actual conversation about things, yeah, that's cool. That's how you get things sorted. But if you're just gonna name call people and tell everyone they're an idiot because you don't agree with the same thing as you do, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah, it is. There's definitely a big kind of vocal minority, like a vast minority of people that say, no, you're not being inclusive enough, and because no one wants to be seen as not being inclusive, then they just panic and think, oh my god, we're gonna be. But I don't think I don't think people really care, to be honest.
For the most part, I don't think people care. It's just internet talk, isn't it? And you've got people that like to cause controversy and just shout at people basically on the internet and make themselves feel good, I guess.
I think it's the same people that complain when an advert on TV is, a bit raunchy. I wouldn't even know who to complain to. If there was an advert where they were murdering animals and they were like, Pepsi, who would I talk to about that?
I don't know, actually.
No, I'd have to spend ages researching it. Who can be bothered with that?
Not that Pepsi's actually doing that.
No, although would it make me drink more Pepsi? But yeah, I guess long story short, people butthurt about things that happen in a game. Oh, it's the same thing with the like alien sex in Mass Effect 1. People were,
oh my god, the side boob. It's
yeah,
teenage boys are going to
it would
see
lead to
this.
Satanism
and,
and
fuck's sake.
just I really I don't really kind of get it, but
To be honest, this kind of stuff usually ends up being someone mentions something because they noticed something and they felt like it was a bit odd or something, and then everyone on this just goes on a fucking rampage, and half of the people haven't even fucking played it, and they're just gone, oh, this person said this, so it's obviously true, and let's go attack these people because they're horrendous people and whatever. It's just, it gets on my nerves.
I did have an argument with someone once because I was working in a school, and they were saying they were talking to kids about like violence in media and things, and she said, "Oh well, I saw an advert for a game that made me very cross, and I wrote in to complain to the whoever it was you writing to complain to, and I felt like standing up and saying, whoa, 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 hello 60-year-old teacher who has never played a game in all of her life, can you explain to me this?" But I thought I don't want to. I don't want to potentially lose my job because of this, so I'll just sit here and pay attention. But it was garbage. It was nonsense. So
usually my oh, what's the word? Words are escaping me today. I've been like that all day. But my thoughts on that are, if someone says that to me about video games or movies or whatever, I would just turn around and try and find something that they enjoy, and turn it back on them with their stuff. Like, let's say this was, do you remember when Jack Thompson was trying to sue Rockstar and
Miss Jack Thompson? He was my favourite internet weirdo.
He was doing it, and like he was quite a religious man.
Vocal cockbag, I think.
Yeah, and my thought, I would just turn around to him and say, so you're finding video games as, teaching children how to do this kind of thing, that and the other. First of all, they shouldn't be playing it in the first place, so that's your role as a parent to stop it. And then second of all, your Bible is full of so much hate and death, and you bring your kids up with that. What are you going to do about that? I think we should ban that as well then. That's usually my retort back, because it's like, just take responsibility for your own actions. Like,
yeah.
it's if you want to bring up your child with teaching them there's a God and everything, that's perfectly fine. I personally think you shouldn't do that until they're at an age where they can make a decision. You should lay it out and go, right, this is what these people believe, this is what these people believe, this is what I believe, you make your choice. But that's fine, that's not a problem, but you should be monitoring what your kids are doing and bringing them up responsibly.
You can't say, yeah, I'll buy my kids copies of Grand Theft Auto and then complain when it's full of murdering prostitutes.
I was in a game shop a couple of months ago, and this young woman was with her kids, and a little boy was trying to get her to buy him Call of Duty. And she was like, oh, can I buy Call of Duty? Everyone at school plays it, and she says, no, it's an 18. You're not 18. You are not playing it. And I was just like, faith in humanity restored.
The system works.
I was like, that is a responsible parent.
Yeah, the amount a long time ago, I worked in game. It was a depressing period of my life, but you get loads of people that would that buy games for and I got bored of pointing it out. I'd be like, look, you see this age rating? This means it might not be suitable for your children because, and I'd read the list of things that were wrong with it on the back. And they'd just be like, okay. Just like, fine. If you genuinely don't care, then what can I do?
Yeah, so the thing is, it's up to the parents or the carer or whoever who looks after the child to sort that sort of stuff. I think that, although I think we got completely off topic about the Mass Effect thing.
No, I'm not even sure what we're talking about. Very long story short, Mass Effect, Bioware are apparently listening to the criticism of Mass Effect and will have an update on the 4th of April.
Yeah, so, hopefully they'll have some plans to just patch up some of the animations and
the
frame rate
woman
issues or
that
anything
you
like
speak
that.
to a lot on the space station. She's basically a mannequin with whore makeup on. She's awful. The aliens look fine because you don't know what an alien's supposed to look like. But the humans look dreadful.
You can get away with aliens because they can be whatever, and if weird things are happening to them, it's just it's alien.
Yeah, just aliens.
You're in a whole entire different galaxy. It's alien, it's fine.
Yeah.
How do you know that's good? The laws of physics over there works exactly the same as it does here. You don't know, so fuck you.
Yeah. My wife, I suppose, Simone, she was saying that why are all the aliens like humanoid monsters? And I was like, well, they weren't in the old Mass Effect. You had those weird floating squid things and those Volus guys that were big, fat, and round and wore the full suit and all these other kind of crazy aliens. But so far, all I've seen in this one are the really humanoid. Hopefully, we get some really weird aliens. But then I've not really played. I've not got that far, so. There might be something really crazy. Like
I think I played it for about 12 hours. I'm on chapter 4, I think. And I think there's only 10 chapters or something, so it's not a massive game. If you wanted to, you could actually plow through it pretty quickly, I imagine.
I don't know the chapters, but I've met the first really alien Andromeda only race, and they say, right, go to Planet X or Planet Y, and Planet Y is the icy one, and I'm on the icy one.
Everyone seems to have gone to the icy one first. I went to the other one.
You went to the other one first?
Yeah, it's like a jungle style.
Yeah, like overgrown jungly one.
Yeah, that's where I've gone first, and I've just left there, and I'm just buggering off to somewhere else. I can't remember where I'm going.
I kind of figured the jungly one was going to be the better one of the two.
It sounds like it. It sounds like the snow one's a lot harsher.
It's just a bit dull, to be honest. But I've almost finished. I've done the big main objective. Well, actually, I did one objective, and they were like, "Great, now we can leave this planet." And I was like, "Hang on, I'm still playing." So, yeah, I did the I guess the main objective, and then I did the very big objective, and now I'm doing the big spires, the remnant spires.
Oh, I've not done that yet.
You'd have done one on the first. Have you got the?
You mean the way you go down the well and take out stuff? And yeah, I've done that one. I think I've done the second one on the thing. I'm not 100% sure. I was a bit confused. I'm not gonna go into it. I was confused about what the hell went on.
We need to really hurry this up.
We do.
So the other thing, I guess it was quite a big thing. Club Penguin has closed. I don't know what Club Penguin is.
I don't know what is this.
I don't know. Just kind of looks like a chat room where you are a penguin. Apparently, it was big with kids and internet trolls. But I genuinely no idea.
That was a good news story, wasn't it? None of us know what the fuck it is.
But it's closed and people are sad, so it deserves to be newsworthy.
Yeah, I guess so. R.I.P. Club Penguin then.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Whatever you were.
We knew you barely. Game profits, swiftly onto the third one. Game profits have fallen.
This is in the game store.
Game the store. The profits.
Yeah, so game.co.uk and the game that's on the high street in the UK. I don't know if there's got any shops around the world or not. I don't know.
I don't know. But Yeah, basically the profits have fallen. They fall every year. They never do very well. They've been struggling for a long time, shall we say?
Yeah, this is just profits that game. It's just their profits, not the games industry profits.
No.
So in 2015, there was 5 big games that all sold 1 million copies. Now, I assume that's just through game.
Oh, I expect so, yeah.
Yeah. And then in 2016, there was only 3 games that sold over 1 million each. So, it was games like COD, FIFA, and Fallout 4. They're the ones that really sold well for them. But it does mention the fact that the COD games people are buying them less each year. But there is good news, apparently. Horizon's done really well with them. Ghost Recon's done well, sold pretty well with them. And, they've sold out their Switches and getting more stock and, they're fulfilling orders and stuff. So that's selling well for them. But
And annoyingly enough, Square Enix sent me an email saying, "Oh, you can get the special edition of Final Fantasy 12 with the limited steelbook," and I was like, "Great, let's order it on Amazon. It's a game exclusive, you fucking cocks."
Yeah. And I don't know how Game get all these exclusives. I really don't know.
They must have signed a contract. They must have spent a lot of money and signed a contract. But
yeah, so their profits are going down this year. But I just wonder if that's. I wonder if that's because they're always more expensive than anywhere else, online and in store. In store is usually more expensive than their online counterpart as well. They don't really tend to do good game console bundles anymore. Every now and again they do, but they used to be really good at doing that. Actually buying a bundle with a load of games. But I wonder if it's people turning more towards buying games online through places like Amazon and stuff, because you usually get it delivered on the day of release. They're a lot cheaper, especially if you've got things like Prime, which get things to you a lot quicker. Or I wonder if people are starting to buy more digital games now.
It does kind of make you wonder. But I guess the thing is that game are traditionally quite expensive. So people are. I don't know if people are shopping around more, or people have become more savvy, or I don't know if it's just something that I've noticed. But I find it a real chore just to get into the high street, to go to the shop.
I can't remember the last time I went. It must have been around Christmas time. The last time I went into our town centre.
When I was younger, there was just you had no problem just pop into town at the weekend. But now that I've got older, it's just I find it so difficult to actually visit a shop. And supermarkets tend to have like the cheapest kind of high street games.
Yeah. But then the problem is they only stock big AAA type games, and it's not always
usually in fairly limited numbers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the good thing with a shop like Game, although it's not as good as it used to be, is they'll have it's a shop dedicated to games, so they've got more space to put that kind of stuff out. And I don't think it is anymore. I think it's still just AAA type games and the occasional big indie game that they have in there. But it used to be you'd have a selection of loads of different types of games, and I suppose it's just because of online. Like indies just go through online stores now, so you've got that, and then there is only pretty much AAA games on
the other issue is you used to get like racks and racks and racks of like new titles, and basically whenever a new game came out, they would stock several copies of it, and it would always be on the shelf. But now you get sort of half a rack of kind of newish titles, and then
tons of pre-order stuff.
Yeah, loads and loads of pre-order stuff, loads and loads of sort of several month old games that are kind of discounted but not heavily enough to make it cheaper than an online store, and then just a shop of pre-owned, because they make the majority of their money through pre-owned sales.
That's true, yeah.
And they just, I think a lot of people just can't be bothered. So people will tend to, I think CEX hasn't helped because they give better trade-ins, but also give you cash as well. So
yeah,
9 times out of 10, I think if people are going to go to trade in a game, it will be through CEX.
Well, every now and again they do like a deal of get an extra £5 for trading in certain stuff, but it's never worth it.
No, so I think they are. I don't know how much longer they're going to keep their high street stores open before they close and go for more kind of like boutique little store-in-store things.
Well, I read the other day as well. The American GameStop, they're having to shut down, like, I think it was like 250 stores or something like that. Around the US. Obviously, they're starting to feel the pinch of. I can only assume it must be a number of factors. It's like definitely digital sales. I do think a lot of people are starting to go back to PC as well, and everyone just goes digital sales that way anyway.
I hear that GameStop is garbage. I don't think I've heard a good thing about GameStop. GameStop a few years ago used to be pretty good from what I can understand, but GameStop now is dreadful.
I went into a GameStop once when I was in Florida. There was a store in Orlando, so I went there. I don't think I bought anything because I felt everything was too expensive. And that was back in like 2009.
So the big topic.
Get into the topic, yeah.
big topic. So I mean, with all this sort of hoo-ha about Mass Effect's graphics being a little bit, I'm going to say poor, although I think they're fine.
I think they're fine as well. I think it's a pretty nice looking game.
Yeah, I mean, do you judge a game on sort of the graphics and the animation? Because although, I mean, it's a good game. I'm really enjoying the game. I like the game, but it doesn't look half as good as The Witcher 3, which looks spectacular.
Yeah, this is a really hard question because I do look at game graphics and the way things are animated and stuff like that, and that can definitely draw me into making me interested in the game. But it's usually I like to see everything to the game, and I don't put my decision on what graphics are, because at the end of the day, as long as it plays well, and that's what I'm more interested in.
Yeah.
But like, obviously, I've spoken on the podcast before. I'm looking to buy a 1080 Ti so I can do 4K 60 on my PC. So that kind of stuff definitely plays a part for me, but it's not the end result. I need to see what the entire game looks like, and if I like the idea of what the game's doing, and then if it looks really pretty, that's nice. But at the end of the day, I need to be interested in the subject of what the game is.
I mean, it really doesn't matter to me if a racing game is photorealistic or just god awful, because I wouldn't play it anyway. But I mean, I've played games that I've really enjoyed, that I've sort of thought, well, it doesn't look great, or it's a bit like I played. We played through the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
So and those games are getting on for a few years. Even, I mean, we played it with the updated graphic-y setting things. But I mean, even updated, the graphics weren't spectacular. And the gameplay's really dated, and the animation's pretty poor, and things were a bit. But they're enjoyable games.
Yeah, they're fun to play. That's the thing.
Yeah, so we played through all of them, even the ones that weren't updated. So we didn't play Reach, did we?
No, we didn't get through that. No.
But we played like 1, 2, and 3. 3 was the one where you're sort of like, well, this is the one that's not been updated, and you can tell that it's a bit old. Same with 4.
ODST as well, and Reach is the same. It's just a download of the 360 game.
Yeah, and I mean, you sort of look at them and think, well, they don't look fantastic, and they don't always play fantastic, and the animation's a bit poor, and the sound quality's bad, but they were just fun games. And it sort of helps that it was kind of co-op multiplayer as well, because it's a lot harder to play a bad game on your own.
But I don't think any of those are bad games. They're all fantastic games.
No, I think they're really good. I think what was the last? I can't remember. I can't for the life of me remember the last game that I played where I sort of thought this is too bad to continue.
Oh, I'm trying to think of a game I did that. I've had that. I have done that a few times over the years, but I can't think of any offhand.
No, I mean I can't think of anything particular. I mean I played a lot of Vermintide, and that you can tell. I mean, it looks fine and it plays fine, but there are times where the graphics just ridiculous and the animation goes funny.
Yeah, it's not the best looking game, but it is a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, and we played Dead Space 3 recently, and that was... The controls just really let that game down. It's like trying to steer a tank around zombies. Well, it's basically tank controls. And it's just really awkward to play, and the menus are ridiculous, and it's kind of hard to make any sense of it at all. But still, really enjoying it for some reason.
I mean, it graphically looks okay as well. It's not a bad looking game. I think at the time it was quite impressive.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, sort of compare it to sort of fairly recent. Well, compare it to other games. Just compare every game to The Witcher 3, because The Witcher 3 is spectacular.
Yeah,
it looks amazing. It plays amazing. The animation in that can sometimes be a bit meh. But I don't remember.
That game is so polished, so polished.
Yeah, I don't remember sort of looking at the graphics in that ever and thinking that looks bad, or sort of the frame rate. I'm sure there were a few frame rate drops here and there, but really good game. It should be one of those kind of benchmarks when people are looking to release a game. They should think, is this as good as The Witcher? And if it's not, go back to the drawing board. But no, I think all in all, I mean, I don't judge a game solely on its graphics, but it would be unfair to say that you don't pay any attention at all to graphics, because you might as well just play the text adventure for all of your games with a black screen with white text on it.
Yeah, I mean, I do think graphics they do play some part, and like you wouldn't want to play a really ugly looking game, unless it has something interesting going on mechanic wise.
Yeah, I mean,
the controls work well.
Some sort of indie games, the bad graphics can almost be the charm of the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, one of the big games recently was Undertale, and although it's a game I've never played actually.
No, I've not played it yet either.
But it's critically acclaimed, and the graphics in there are kind of really... I don't know if it's all the way through the game, but the screenshots that I've seen are really kind of basic 8-bit sprites. I don't know if the guy just wasn't an artist, or if that was like kind of the point. But that was almost like the charm of the game.
It was. It's like what was that game I was playing on PlayStation that was free with? Everyone's Gone to the Rapture. Like the frame rate on that was horrendous on the PlayStation, and I was playing on the Pro as well. So I don't know if that had a Pro patch or not. I'm not sure, but yeah, the frame rate was fucking horrendous on that. So it might have been better on PC, and it might have looked better on PC as well. But I'm just going on the PlayStation 4 version. It looked okay. It wasn't like an ugly looking game or anything. It just felt not generic, but that kind of feeling. Things are there and they do its job to create that world, but it wasn't anything spectacular or anything. Some of the lighting was quite cool through the trees and whatnot, but as a whole, it wasn't particularly great. It was just an average looking game for the most part, and I really enjoyed playing through that. I got interested in the story and just. I wish I knew about the run a lot earlier.
Did you find it in the end?
I did, yeah. It made the game grow a lot quicker.
Yeah, I think that was one of the games where it looked quite nice, and it played quite well. In some places, I guess I probably saw like loading screens, but I just didn't like it. I found it really dull. I just really wanted it to finish.
See, I do like that style of gaming. It takes me back to the old point and click type games. Like Myst.
Yeah, it's very
Riven.
like Myst.
I enjoyed those type of games, and it's nice to have some that coming back a little bit. It's like, did you play what was it? Gone Home. I think it was called Gone Home.
I don't think so.
You're in a big mansion and you're walking around reading notes, and you find videotapes and audio tapes and stuff, and it all just tells a really interesting story. I mean, the game only lasts for like 2 hours, but it was such an awesome 2 hours. I just got so dragged into the story and just finding out what happened to the family in this place. And then working out who you were, why you were in this house, and what was going on. It was so good. I really recommend anyone to play that.
I mean, I really enjoyed that part of like PT, the demo for the Silent Hill.
Oh yeah.
Just the fact that you're in this house, you don't know who you are. You can look at like photos and listen to the answer machine and read some letters, and as you go around, things change a bit more, and then things change a bit more, and then things change a bit more, and then it gets really dark. But yeah, it's a shame they cancelled that. But I think I'd have been too scared to play it.
I was talking to my friend because he's got the PlayStation VR. I was saying, I should buy Resident Evil 7 and we should play it. And he was like, I don't know if I could cope with that. He says, I might be able to play it with somebody else, but yeah, if you get it, we'll play it. I was like, okay then. So
blouse.
I'm gonna get that and play some horror in VR. That's what VR is all about for me. I think I'm hoping it makes me feel a little scared, because I don't with entertainment. I never feel scared.
Yeah, I mean, I as a rule, I'm not one of these sorts of people that would be like, no, I can't play that. It'd be too scary. And I watched people play through Resident Evil and thought sort of nothing of it. And when I started playing it, I was just like, oh, this is a bit unnerving, actually. Just because, like, in the old games, you can kind of see what's going on around you. But if you hear a noise in this, you're like, I can't see what that is. I have to turn around. And that was kind of creepy. But pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing through Resident Evil. Apparently Resident Evil 7 is very, very good.
I enjoyed it, but I didn't get very far in it. It was one of those games that I was like, yeah, I will definitely play this more, and then something else came out, and I just kind of never went back to it. But yeah, I should play that again.
I think that kind of sums up our feelings on that. So it's graphics are nice, but it's not be all and end all.
No, it's like when people say, "Oh, I don't care about how people look." Of course, you care about how people look. If you weren't attracted to someone, then I think you'd find it really difficult to make a kind of like lifelong commitment to stay with them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
think so.
Maybe I'm just shallow. I'm not sure.
Well, no, I think there's two different types of attraction. There's the physical attraction, and there's the mental attraction as well. And sometimes the mental attraction could be more than a physical attraction.
I still think it counts.
Yeah, I agree. I think you still need to have some kind of physical attraction to somebody. But anyway, that's nothing to do with games.
Yeah, I think we have we've gone through the ultimate side note. So what have we been playing? So what? I guess it's Mass Effect, really.
Mass Effect, yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Yeah, I finished Horizon. That was great.
Yeah,
Effect.
I will be getting to that once I've finished Mass Effect.
Yeah, Mass Effect. Mass Effect's good. It's fine, I guess. I'm really enjoying.
enjoying it.
I say I'm really enjoying the multiplayer. I played the multiplayer a bit, and I did enjoy it.
I haven't actually played the multiplayer yet, but
it gives you things in your single player game as well. So you complete a mission, and then it gives you a box, and you open the box, and the
yeah, you get that from the sending in 5 strike teams and stuff as well.
Really, so I like that. That's pretty good. And I'll just I'll sit at work every now and then and log into the app and send my fire teams onto something else. And now I've got about 60 or so boxes to open. So
I've just downloaded the app, so I'm going to start doing that as well.
Do it. It's actually pretty good fun.
Yeah, well, they did the same thing on Mass Effect 3.
I didn't play the Mass Effect 3 one, really.
Yeah, that's basically all I've done. I caught up on The Walking Dead because I got backlog on that for about 3 or 4 episodes. So next week is the last episode of the season, so I'm looking forward to that.
Really?
Yeah. Other than that, I haven't really done much more. I've just been working.
It's fun.
Yeah. Although I am looking forward to this weekend because it's WrestleMania weekend. So on Friday they've got the Hall of Fame induction, and then Saturday they've got the NXT going on, and then Sunday night is actual WrestleMania. So Saturday I'll be watching Hall of Fame. Sunday I'll be watching NXT, and then Monday I'm meeting up with a load of friends and we're watching WrestleMania.
That sounds like nothing I would be interested in.
It sounds like a fucking fantastic weekend to me.
No, it sounds awful.
Can't get enough wrestling.
Yeah. Well, no, I suppose it's fine. If that's the sort of thing you enjoy, then fine. But I've never really enjoyed it. I don't know why I've never enjoyed it. It's one of those things that I've never got into. So
yeah, it is a kind of thing where you either enjoy it or you don't. You don't really have. I don't think many people have a passing interest in it. Really, it's like you either like it or you don't. Yeah,
I'm firmly in don't. Yeah, it's whenever people are like, oh yeah, this person won, I do generally kind of take an interest, although I'm not really sure why.
Well, the big match is Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar in the main event, and so far the 2 matches that they've been involved in have lasted about a minute. It's just been I kind of get why they've done it, but it's a little annoying. So I'm hoping for the main event, because it's fucking WrestleMania, that it's going to last a bit longer than a fucking minute. I'm hoping. What I imagine will happen is they'll have like a really fancy entrance, which will last about 10-15 minutes for the 2 to come out, and then they'll start the match, and then they'll have a load of people running and cause chaos or something, and then they tussle around a little bit. The match ends, and then there's a fallout, and then it's the end of the show. They're going to drag it out that way. They're not going to do a full-on 20-minute match, I don't think.
No, it seems unlikely, doesn't it?
Well, Goldberg, he seems to be... he doesn't seem to be quite in ring shape for it, whereas Brock Lesnar is, so... I mean, Goldberg's like 50-odd, so...
Yeah, I seem to remember him. I remember him from years ago.
Yeah, WCW.
Yeah, he's got to be getting old.
Yeah, I think he's like early 50s.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so yeah, he's in good shape and everything. He can't go the distance anymore.
No, I wouldn't have expected so. So where can we find you?
The usual places: Twitter and Instagram. My Twitter is Ivan_Zar, and my Instagram is Bold-Bearded Gamer. My YouTube page is Bold-Bearded Gamer. Although I have not had time to put any videos up there. I think what I'll do in the next month or so, once I've got my new graphics card, I'll probably do a little video showing off my PC. So if you're interested in that, that will happen at some point.
Such a show off. Although, to be fair, I am bidding on I'm trying to buy at auction an Apple Mac, and it's
really?
But it's not a new one. No, it's a G5. So it's
the coloured ones. Is that the coloured ones?
No, it's one with the like big silver tower and the big grill things.
Oh, okay, not the laptop versions.
They look
tower.
spectacular. Right. But I'm just sort of like I sort of saw it and I was like, I kind of want this, but now it's getting the auction's nearly finished. And I'm like, oh my god, I have to own this. But it's been quite a tight auction, so I don't know if I will win it, and if I do, I don't know what I'll do.
If I remember correctly, they're quite heavy as well.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, they look nice, but they're very heavy.
They're good kind of like video and audio editing things, so that's how I'm justifying it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, other than that, online, our website, nothingtoplay.co.uk. You can find me at Pondis Plays on Facebook and Twitter, although I'm kind of neglecting Twitter and Facebook again, so I'm sorry for that. Posters, there's a new poster online, so go and enjoy that. This one's a good one. It involves a man getting hit in the testicles.
Always a good poster.
Yeah, that's what more would you want in a poster? And that's I think that's it.
Yeah, I think it's a smaller episode this week.
Slightly shorter, just because there's been nothing going on.
Not really.
Oh well, maybe next week. Maybe next week something exciting will happen.
Woo! Hopefully.
And it'll be historic. So it'll be 15. So historic episode 15 coming next week.
You're gonna forget that it's going to be historic, and you go, no more 15.
Yeah, episode 15 or whatever. No one cares.
Cool. Right, I think that does it for this week.
I think that pretty much wraps it up. So goodbye.
Bye.